What's going on, Flex Press Nation? It's Turner here. We're back at it with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a back and bicep workout on just a singular cable machine. This could come in handy if the gym is crowded, not much is available. You can implement some of these exercises in your workout, or if you just need to hit a quick workout, you can just go to the cable machine and bust one out real quick and bounce out of there. So let's get right into the swing of things here. Alright, the first exercise here is going to be a seated cable row, primarily targeting the lats and the rhomboids here. Keys here to extend all the way. Get that full lat stretch and then squeeze at the motion. Try to keep your body as still as possible so you're only moving through the back. Properly activate the lat. You can see I'm pulling close to my body, elbows tucked. Otherwise, we're mostly working the middle back, the rhomboids, the middle trap, and the rear delts. If you were to do this bilaterally, you would want to use a closer grip to properly target the lats. On this exercise, my grip starts parallel to the ground, progresses into a 45-degree angle, getting a twist which I feel is beneficial for mind-muscle connection. Science has shown that no matter what, it doesn't really matter if you want to have a fixed grip like this, just keep that 45-degree angle all the way. That works, but I feel a little extra stretch at the top of the movement when I move my arm parallel to the ground. We go 3 sets here, high reps, between 10 and 15. Really trying to feel that squeeze in the back and the rhomboids and that squeeze in the lat. One more tip on this is not to let your shoulder roll forward at the top of the movement. So here is the full lat stretch for me. Any further than that, I'm just tugging my shoulder forward, rolling it forward, so we want to keep the shoulder back. Pull, extend, yes, but only until the lat's fully stretched, and then we can pull back. Otherwise, we're unnecessarily creating tension on our shoulder. Next up on the list, we have a lat prayer. You want to go shoulder width apart for your grip. A lot of cable accessories will do on this. Any type of straight bar, or at least bar that starts straight. You can use any type of lat pull down bar, or you can use a rope. Basically, what you want to do, this is a form of a lat pullover. You want to retract your shoulders, get a slight lean forward, slow on the way down, puff your chest at the bottom, roll up. This is very important to have good mind-muscle connection on this because a lot of people work their tricep mainly on this one. To combat that, you want to almost pull the bar apart with your hands. And you want to drive through the elbows, making sure you're not moving this bar with your arms. Really focus on driving with the lat. This, as you can tell by the name, this primarily works your lats, but this emphasizes the lower lats over the upper lats. Same thing applies here as it did to seated cable row. We're going 3 sets, high reps, emphasizing the mind-muscle connection, the squeeze. Great form. The reason I'm doing this kneeling, or should I say that the exercise is meant to be kneeling, is to eliminate all leverage that could possibly interfere. If you do this movement standing, 1, you have to find your foot placement. 2, you need to lean away from the weight. And 3, it's possible to get a little almost hip thrust going into it. But going on both of your knees makes it so that you eliminate all possible leverage, and it really helps with positioning of your back. You don't want to compromise your lower back by not having a straight angle in the mirror, especially in a lever position, kind of like this. Our last primary back movement is going to be a kneeling lat pull down. Basically, it's going to target these same parts of the back as your standard lat pull down would, except for one key difference being that there is a little bit of core activation needed, which is a bit of a downside. But you know, in a press for time workout, or a workout where a lot of machines are taken, you can't get what you want. Kind of got to suck it up and deal with it. Basically, the cues here are to, stretch the lat completely at the top, squeeze at the bottom, pull down your chest, have a big back. That's all there is to it. Try not to leverage your body too much. Cheat the form or have an ego. Trust me, no one thinks you look cool doing lat pull downs with the full stack. It's a full body exercise. You just look like a jackass. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go high reps, 3 sets, and then we'll have our back accessories, pull day accessories. It's technically their parts of the shoulder. And then we'll move on to biceps. When working on our back, we primarily want to work on our rhomboids, our upper lats, and our lower lats. These 3 movements each emphasize one of those. The strong focus on lats, but we did hit the rhomboids with the seated cable row. Next up on the list, we have seated face pulls, targeting our rear delts here. I like to use 1 set to just play around with the activation of my rear delts and see what path feels best for me. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll the shoulders back. You're going to pull towards your face a little under and focus on squeezing those rear delts. And on the way back, same thing where you're going to feel the muscle contract, release, and pull it back. Again, this is not an exercise you want to roll all the way forward on. That activates your shoulders, rolls them forward. So you want to avoid that if possible. Implementing the squeeze is huge here because 1, it'll ensure your muscles are activated, your rear delts are activated. 2, going heavy on these and fucking around with your forearm is a quick way to get injured, especially in the shoulder, small muscle in the shoulder. So I would not recommend messing around with that. I like to go thumbs out on this because if I put my thumbs under, as you can possibly see right here, this fucking rope just digs into my hand, so I like to go out, avoid that issue. Same my thumbs. Anyways, same philosophies apply, as you can tell with most back workouts. You don't want to roll your shoulders forward. You want to avoid activating those front delts as much as possible. You want to go slow and controlled. Again, we're going 3 sets of high reps here. Really emphasizing the squeeze. Started to pull lower down to avoid activating my traps as much. I'm really trying to isolate those rear delts here. Next up on the list, we have a standing cable bicep curl, working unilaterally here. I find it extremely beneficial to work unilaterally on the biceps as you get better muscle activation, better stretching. You get to work your weaker side more efficiently. One of the main cues here is tucking your pinky in, curling it in towards your body. This will activate the bicep muscle even further. When you're training the bicep, you want to target the short head, the long head, and the brachialis. Right here is working the long head and the short head. Primarily, though, it's targeting the short head, which is great for elbow stabilization, preventing injury. On the way down, we do not want to go all the way down. You could hyperextend your bicep or even tear your bicep, which is both incredibly bad for business. To wrap up the workout, we have a cable hammer curl. A couple key things I didn't mention with the regular bicep curl. So you want to keep your elbows locked into place as much as possible and eliminate the use of any other muscles in your body, such as rocking with your back or driving through your legs. It's not good for business. Same thing here, we're going 3 sets, high reps. This here primarily targets your long head and works your forearms, which is money. Your forearms will already be a little spent from working your back in various ways, but this will finish off your forearms, which is why I do not believe it's completely necessary to isolate your forearms, considering how much you're training them already. So that's going to do it for our cable only back and bicep day. Try to remember some of the cues I showed you guys to have better muscle activation and train properly. For me, I would consider my biceps one of the strongest parts of my physique. My back's pretty solid as well. If you guys would consider your back or biceps a weak point, try to implement some of these strategies to have better workouts, be more efficient in the gym, and hit all parts of your biceps and your back. Anyways, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.